Nigel Farage, the unrelenting leader of Reform UK, is reportedly planning to launch his boldest political move yet by targeting Rishi Sunak's Richmond and Northallerton seat. As speculation grows about Sunak's possible resignation from Parliament, Farage is said to be lining up a high-profile candidate to contest the seat if Sunak steps down. This would be a significant moment for British politics, as Richmond is not only a Tory stronghold, but a seat that Sunak held with a comfortable 12,185 majority in the most recent general election. If Farage's plan succeeds, it could mark a dramatic shift in the political landscape, and the Conservatives are bracing for what could be a devastating blow to their party. Whispers about Sunak's potential resignation have been circulating for weeks. Insiders suggest that both Sunak and his former deputy, Sir Oliver Dowden, are considering stepping down as MPs as early as November. While nothing is confirmed, the timing could not be worse for the Conservative Party, which is already embroiled in a leadership contest and struggling to retain voter confidence. Sunak's departure would leave a gaping hole in the party, and Farage appears more than ready to seize the opportunity to claim his seat. Farage, a master of political opportunism, has built his reputation on challenging the political establishment, and this latest move would be no exception. With Reform UK steadily rising in the polls and gaining ground on the Conservatives, Farage is poised to capitalise on any signs of Tory weakness. According to sources close to Reform UK, Farage has received intelligence about the possible departures of Sunak and Dowden, and is preparing to act swiftly if a by-election is triggered. While Sunak vowed to serve a full term as MP during his leadership bid, the reality of ongoing pressure and party turbulence might push him toward an early exit. Although sources close to Sunak have expressed surprise at the notion of his resignation, the speculation continues to build. Even if Sunak chooses to stay, the rumour mill alone is enough to keep Farage's team on high alert, ready to move the moment a resignation is confirmed. The stakes for the Conservatives are enormous. Sunak's Richmond and Northallerton seat is seen as one of the safest Conservative constituencies in the country. A loss here, especially to a candidate from Reform UK, would be nothing short of catastrophic for the party. It would signal to both MPs and voters that even the most secure Tory seats are vulnerable to Farage's growing influence. Penny Mordaunt, who recently lost her Portsmouth North seat in July, is also rumoured to be eyeing Sunak's constituency if it becomes available. However, Farage's involvement would be a much bigger threat to Conservative dominance. A source from Reform UK hinted that Farage has 2 former Tory MPs and 1 current Tory MP ready to defect and stand in by-elections. This would be a major coup for Farage's party, especially if these defections come at a time when the Conservative Party is already weakened and struggling with internal divisions. A by-election in Richmond and Northallerton, with Farage's candidate potentially taking the seat, would be a political earthquake. Reform UK has been steadily gaining momentum, and a win here would cement their position as a legitimate and rising force in British politics. A recent poll conducted by JL Partners revealed that Reform UK now has a more favourable public opinion than Labour, signalling growing frustration among voters with the traditional parties. Farage has made it clear that his goal is to establish Reform UK as the main opposition to Labour's ruling government. Winning Sunak's seat would be a giant leap toward that goal and a crushing defeat for the Conservative Party. The impact of this potential political shift has not gone unnoticed. Robert Jenrick, a former cabinet minister and one of the candidates in the ongoing Conservative leadership race, has issued a dire warning to his party. Speaking on GB News, Jenrick highlighted the threat posed by Reform UK, stating that Farage's party is rising and not going anywhere. He urged the Conservatives to get serious about the issues that matter to their voters, particularly immigration. Jenrick noted that immigration was the key issue that led to the loss of 4 million Conservative voters to Farage's party in the last general election. Without addressing these concerns, the Conservatives risk losing even more support to Reform UK. Jenrick's concerns reflect the broader unease within the Conservative Party, which has been losing voters to both Labour and Reform UK. The leadership race has only exacerbated these problems, as the party struggles to unite around a clear direction. Jenrick, who has positioned himself as a right-wing candidate in the leadership race, is emblematic of the broader shift within the party as it tries to win back the support of voters who have defected to Farage's populist movement. Farage's rise from the political fringes to the mainstream has been nothing short of remarkable. From his leadership of the Brexit campaign to his role in forming Reform UK, Farage has always thrived on challenging the establishment. His ability to tap into voter frustration with the status quo has made him a powerful figure in British politics, and his latest move could be the most significant yet. By targeting Sunak's seat, Farage is making it clear that he is not content with being a fringe player. He wants to fundamentally reshape British politics. If Farage's plan to take Sunak's seat succeeds, it could have far-reaching consequences for the future of the Conservative Party. A victory in Richmond would not only embolden Farage's party, but also send a message to other Tory MPs that their seats are no longer safe. It could trigger a wave of defections from the Conservative Party to Reform UK, further weakening the Tory grip on Parliament. More importantly, it would show that Farage's populist message resonates even in the heart of Conservative country, but the stakes go beyond the immediate threat to Sunak's seat. Reform UK's rise has broader implications for the future of British politics. With traditional party loyalties fraying and voter discontent growing, Farage's success in Richmond could signal the beginning of a new political era, one in which the dominance of the Conservative and Labour parties is challenged by insurgent populist movements. The Conservative Party is already struggling to maintain voter loyalty, and a loss in Richmond would be devastating. The party's internal divisions, highlighted by the ongoing leadership contest, have made it difficult for the Tories to present a united front against Farage's challenge. Robert Jenrick and other leadership contenders have stressed the need for unity, but the party's inability to address key voter concerns, like immigration and national security, has left it vulnerable to attacks from both Reform UK and Labour. As the political landscape shifts, all eyes are on Sunak's next move. Will he resign, leaving his seat open for Farage to potentially claim? Or will he stay, fending off the challenge from Reform UK and holding on to one of the Conservatives' safest seats? The next few months will be critical in determining the future of British politics. Sunak's decision could set the stage for a major political showdown, one that could alter the course of British politics for years to come. Farage's potential victory in Richmond and Northallerton would mark a turning point, both for Reform UK and for British politics. It would show that Farage's brand of populism can win over voters even in traditionally conservative areas, and it would solidify his position as a key player in the next general election. For the Conservative Party, a loss in Richmond would be a crushing blow, signalling that even its safest seats are no longer secure. As speculation around Sunak's future grows, Farage is ready to make his move, and the consequences could be profound.